Oh, 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 oh. That was pretty good.
That was good.
Our
Are we
first
gonna
one
get in
is
trouble for that?
why?
We're just looking out at all these native things in this house.
Oh no, that's from Halo, the video
Oh,
game.
I had no
Yeah,
idea.
that's from Halo.
I felt very spiritual in that
It's
moment
a
because
good one. You should hear that in a church. It's fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. I gotta fix my throat. I had to clear my throat. Hello everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back to another
A special episode
of Hey, Can We Talk? And I'm Trevor.
I'm Emmy.
And we're not at our house.
No.
We're at an Airbnb in Northern California.
Yeah.
And it's pretty
nice.
sweet. It's pretty nice, I will say.
It's nice. I think this beats expectations. Like you weren't really down.
No, I wanted to go to Tahoe. And then you show me the pictures, and there's like a nice deck, and like these windows are cool, hot tub, stuff like that. So I was like, okay, we can do that. But then we walked in, how like vibey it is in here.
It's a vibe.
It is. So be on the lookout in our socials. We're gonna be demoing our entire house to make it look like the inside.
Oh, that's already been done. Oh, I've been posting about this the entire time. Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. But this is our first overnight away from our kids in 10 years.
Well, 12. We've been together 12.
That's true. Bless you.
Thank you.
But you were gone for a lot of them?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's 10 years. We've never had an overnight away from our children.
Ever,
I don't think. So we are definitely missing our children, but we're having a good time.
You know what I realized too, being here without them, is that kids just amplify things.
Yeah.
Like this is a vibe. It's so nice.
Yeah.
But we had enough alone time after probably 4 hours.
Yeah.
Last night I was like, this is such a vibe. I want my kids here.
Well, we should talk about yesterday because
getting here was
a nightmare. The address they gave us doesn't exist. And so we had to go back through and look for a crossroad in an earlier text message, go to the crossroad, turn left at the Beehive, and then we found the place. Getting the keys to the place was insane.
Yeah, they need to fix that.
They got to fix that.
Can you imagine being a foreigner and having to have done that?
Nightmare.
And we had no cell service.
Yeah, and there's no cell service out here. So, what did you say?
Huge crow.
Oh, dude, there's heck of crows out here.
Look at. Is that our animal? That's our new animal.
Yeah, crow might be our animal. Isn't that a bad? Isn't that a bad omen though?
They're whatever we want them to be.
I like
them.
They're
gorgeous birds.
Yeah.
They really are.
I like crows.
No, I think you need to back. That was really good.
That was a good crow, right?
I think we need to back up a little bit in this adventure.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Grab my drink.
Why do you need to place it? Just keep it in your hand.
I talk with my hands a lot.
This is a little conversation pit.
It's true.
I think we need to back up though, because we got stuck behind a car.
Oh yeah.
The last hour of the drive.
So on the drive here, there's the famous. I didn't know it was famous. The Highway 1.
Highway 1, yeah.
It's like a famous, beautiful drive, and I couldn't enjoy the beauty
along the coast. You can't assume. Knows what Highway 1 is. The coast of California.
The coast of California.
Yeah.
Dude, these people in this car, like two ahead of us.
Two gay guys for sure.
Yeah.
We didn't know at this point though who was driving. We were making assumptions.
I think it was an old lady.
It wasn't. No, it was two guys. Remember?
Oh yeah, and he had the earrings on his ear.
He had the earrings, flashed his lights.
He flashes lights, which is need I say more? Dude, it's a 55. He went 22 miles an hour.
Yeah, it was
the entire way, and would brake around turns where it said 45-mile-an-hour turn. He would almost stop in the middle of the road to turn.
Yeah. But you can't be too sure around those corners.
Dude, it was insane. So that was frustrating. And then we get to the address. Doesn't exist. It's just a patch of grass on the side of the highway. You're
leaving some stuff out. I didn't think we were going to make it.
Why?
The last hour.
Why?
You were slowly going insane.
Yeah.
You narrated that whole 55 minutes. You narrated the entire, and you kept saying, you were like, in what world? the most dad thing to say, if I could take someone's license, I would.
That is the most dad thing I say.
And I was trying to not I was so annoyed with you, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh.
I think I did better than
like
I usually do.
Romantic weekend getaway / belated honeymoon we've never taken.
Yeah.
And you're like road raging the whole drive.
Not the whole drive.
Was so annoyed. And I thought, you know what, Emmy? Don't let this spiral. Because I was ready.
It wasn't the whole drive.
The last hour though, and I was getting more and more 20 excited. Minutes. I agree, but I was getting more and more excited that we were like approaching destination, and you were on a steady downward decline mood wise.
I was pissed, dude.
I was more pissed because the white car had no idea how they were affecting my day. They were going slow, right? It put you in a terrible mood.
Yes.
And so here I am just staring out the window and seeing the beautiful scenery, but then as I'm watching that, it's you just like losing your mind.
Yeah, it was pretty frustrating. And then we got here, and it's beautiful.
It's a vibe.
Beautiful. I mean, peep the socials. It's all over there. But
Stop saying socials.
I say socials now. I'm different.
Peep the socials?
But yeah,
where do you think people have found us from? The socials.
True. There's a bunch of cool, like, Native American, like, tapestries, and there's just a huge library. It is a really cool. It's small, but like it feels very large on the inside.
It does.
It feels very big.
Full of
and at night, dude, there's this. You guys can't see it, but there is this pendant lamp in the kitchen.
Oh yeah.
It is.
They might be able to see a reflection of it.
Maybe. It throws off
gorgeous orange hue.
A wonderful orange. It's both orange and kind of a cream color.
Yeah.
It is as 70s as you can possibly imagine. And we were talking about this last night. This house feels very lived in. I mean, I know it feels lived in, but it has soul. Like it has life in the house.
I agree.
And we were talking about because we've always loved modern houses. I love a good modern house.
I know you're drawn to modern,
but being here, like, dude, paint your walls a dark color.
But but listen,
old timey. Let's go back to the 70s, design wise.
Okay,
and let's ditch the modern.
Right there.
Okay, I know what you're going to bring up.
I want to stop you right there.
Go ahead.
I agree. Last night we couldn't shut up about the vibe that this house, right? And we were like, "Oh, we got to get a lamp like that. We're painting our house brown when we get home.
Yep.
Like we're installing floor to ceiling windows. We spoke about all of that already."
But then today happened.
And we were like, maybe we don't want a modern home.
Yeah, we did say that.
But then today on our drive along the coast, we both were our jaws hit the floorboard.
That
house was insane.
It was insane. It's so modern, but the modernness wasn't what we were drawn to. The location it was about a football field from a cliff leading to the ocean.
Yeah.
Slightly downward so you can see a lot more.
Blue ocean.
Gorgeous. Crashing waves, mountains out in the water. And then the part of their house facing that was nothing but glass.
Yeah. They had a massive couch.
Massive couch looking at it. I'm sure they have a telescope, guaranteed.
Oh, yeah.
But
Why
like that.
Would you not?
But it's.
So that's what I'm saying. If they right now called us and said, hey, you can stay at our place tonight, we would pack up and we would go, this was lovely. This was so quaint.
But I think that you could have both.
And we'd move up in life.
I think you can have both. Because you could do the 70s modern.
This is a different life. Let me, can I say,
Yeah, but I was in the middle of my, I was in the middle of.
Okay, go ahead.
Like 70s, modern contemporary.
This?
No, like those style of houses. You do get that feel of modern.
Yeah.
You get that modern, sharp angles, the roof's, slanted. It's really pretty. But then inside you get conversation pits. You get the dim lights. Mm-hmm. It looks like Frank Sinatra's going to walk in smoking a cigarette.
I know.
That's the goal, dude.
It really is. And we prioritize conversation pits already, but I feel like we could step it up a notch.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, setting the scene, right? Life in this house, you're cooking simple meals.
Oh, yeah.
You're hanging out by the fire.
Cigarettes.
You're reading. We're smoking a lot.
We're smoking a lot.
Really moody, velvety music. That other house.
Yeah, I have a suit on. in that other house.
I'm wearing something sexy.
Linen. I'm just in linen. I'm in the linen pants with the linen button up on.
I'm wearing something sexy. I'm drinking a fancy cocktail. Yeah. We had takeout delivered to our house.
Yeah.
That's also my kind of style.
Yeah, that is true.
And I think that's what confuses me about us, because I'm like, we want it all. We want it all.
Yeah,
because we're not minimalist by any means.
I think we're kind of trashy, like our dreams, because we're kind of white trash. We're a little bit white trash.
We are not.
We had frozen pizzas in this beautiful Airbnb. We decided
that's low maintenance. That's not white trash. And we're on a budget. That's not white trash. I'm sorry.
We're a little.
Well, yeah, we were like raised in a country town, a small country town. Yeah, we are a little bit.
But I do like
we've got bougie taste. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and claim just because I was raised kind of a country bumpkin.
Yeah.
I'm not in that anymore, and I don't want to be. I want this house and the other one, baby.
I want both of them.
I want both of them. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I want to live here forever. Would I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. But if the other place called me and said, hey, want to trade? I would go,
Yeah, 100%.
I do.
Yeah. But it's also like this one you can see, like you can't see behind us, but
it's gorgeous.
Well, it'll be a little bit blurry for them, but you can see the ocean. Like you can see the other one, like ocean water is hitting your face.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely closer. Now, living that close to the water, that's scary. Right?
I think I would lose sleep over that. By the way, talking about sleep, I feel better about tonight.
Well, let's lead up to it.
Oh.
What?
I thought that was a good transition.
No, it was good.
Okay.
But I'm saying last night, it's getting dark. We're hanging out. We're vibing. We have the greatest playlist of all time on.
Oh my gosh.
Fantastic.
I don't
know
what
it's called.
Honestly, I can't wait to put it on again.
It's fantastic.
I shared it.
Okay, good.
On the socials.
On the socials. Good. I was getting worried.
Check the socials, ladies and gentlemen.
But then it hit like midnight, and immediately the second. Oh no, we were gonna go out in the hot tub.
Yeah.
We were like, let's go in the hot tub. The hot tub is literally right there.
It's right there, and how romantic!
But it's very romantic. And the door is on this wall. Okay, and then outside that door, there's stairs going down to the wilderness.
Yes.
So we opened the door, and we walked out there, and we turned the lights off, and both of us looked at each other, and we were like,
Nah,
not worth it. It's not worth it, because my fear is we're in the hot tub, vulnerable, right? Then we hear this is what my mind created. Excuse me.
Okay, wait.
I would have a heart attack. I would have a full-fledged heart attack because I can't get to the door. I don't have anything.
But they're politely asking.
No, dude, that's what's scary. What if it sounded like a little girl? Excuse me.
It's probably just a raven at that point.
No, I wouldn't trust that. I would immediately be like, we got to climb over this balcony and get to the car.
We snap our ankles all the way down, dude. And it was just the neighbor.
Yeah.
She was locked out. Like, can I use your phone? Dude. And we snapped ankles.
I would. That shit's too scary.
Running naked through the woods.
You need to shout out like, I'm the neighbor. I need the phone. Not, excuse me.
Okay.
Scary. So we didn't go out of the hot tub.
We're going to try it tonight.
We're going to try it tonight. Then we were like, let's go to bed, right? And the bed it's like a loft. Again, peep the soch, and you'll be able to see.
Stop saying that, please.
You go up there. We slept with multiple lights on last night.
Yeah.
Because it's foreign. This is a new place we've never slept.
Yeah,
at the same time,
scary.
What? My mind is thinking of so many things. I'll let you tell it because it's
the spider.
The spider.
Okay.
But yeah, to finish that off,
no.
It was very scary. We did not get good sleep because
terrible sleep.
It was scary. Thankfully, there was no creaks and there was no drawers setting or anything like that.
Yeah,
it was very quiet. But just the layout of the house, there's a lot of scary hallways that are a little nerve-wracking. The stairway itself, the light shines directly down like a horror movie.
And there's a lot of Native American art in here, and I really felt like we weren't meant to be here.
Why is that? Oh, you think burial ground stuff?
Yeah, where I was like, what if this is sacred? And I'm just over here Airbnb.
Yeah, we saw so many positive comments about how great it was. So I think that if it was haunted, there would be some people.
Well, obviously, but I also think if someone got murdered in the hot tub, they would have disclosed. So what are we worrying about that for?
Well, yeah.
I'm saying in general.
It's an old house, though. Who knows?
Anyways, the spider story.
Yeah, go to the reviews because we looked at the reviews.
So we booked this place. I could tell off the bat it was going to be a vibe, an experience, like so romantic. I envisioned the whole weekend with you of like us being right here in this room, talking, laughing, playing good music, eating frozen pizza, all of those things.
Yeah.
Right? Where are you going?
I got to get comfortable.
Oh, yeah, readjust.
I can't sit back like that.
But I did after booking, thought I maybe should have read the reviews. Are you judging yourself as well?
Yeah, big time. I feel like a fucking
just
elephant.
Lock in.
Dude.
We're talking to each other right now. Just lock in. It is what it is.
All right, so
we've established this. It is what it is.
Look like shit, dude. Is that what I look like?
Not.
I do. I look like a fucking swollen polar bear. Gosh.
Swollen polar. They're already fairly big animals.
I know.
Need to be
swollen. That swollen. That's what I look like.
Anyways, spider.
Yeah.
So after booking, I was reading the reviews because you would do that typically before booking a place. I don't like to. I like to just book it on intuition.
That's bonkers.
Because I can also see the good in most things. So even if I read the reviews, I think I had a guttural feeling about this place of like, we're going to leave different. That is going to be such a spiritual like getaway for us. Yeah. I could see it. But so I'm reading through the reviews, right? And a lot of them talked about how difficult like check-in was.
Which is valid. That's
valid. But even reading them, I was like, how hard could it be to pick up a key? Hard. I understand now. And then this one review, which was done by a man, it was like Michael. I think his name was Michael.
Shout out to Michael for being a
I mean, he had a laundry list of complaints.
He's probably one of those guys that's not satisfied with anything.
Yeah.
One of those, it could use some salt, even if the meal's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Michael's review, he's already listed quite a few things, right?
A few of them were valid.
It was cold when we got there. Okay. Which, it was cold when we got here too, but you kick on the fireplace and it heats right up. It's very small.
Yeah.
That there were minimal, like, kitchen cooking utensils and items. I'm like, I see pots, pans, plates, spoon. I don't know what you need.
Maybe he was trying to cook like use a Dutch oven and cook like a chicken.
But there's a photo of that kitchen online. You could tell. I knew not to have big plans.
Yeah,
for that
you could tell we're not cooking a. I
was like, okay, I'm not in it for the kitchen. I can't say anything. And okay,
no, that's fine.
And his last complaint was that they encountered a fairly large spider in the kitchen and that they had to find other sleeping arrangements at 11 p.m. And I went,
"It's crazy for a grown man to literally leave Airbnb." Which
kind of a bitch.
And also, this is not like this was an expensive Airbnb.
Yeah, and I think that's what people are upset about.
And like, I get that, like,
it is advertised as very luxurious.
It's not crazy expensive, but it was like for like.
I think it is. I think so. Oh. For 2 nights, I think most people would agree that $800 for 2 nights is a lot. I don't regret the spend, but
my thing is like it's like that comes out. It was like I think it was $295 per night, and then plus fees and everything like that.
I know, but I think
no, that's not right.
But I think that is if you're looking for a luxurious, romantic stay, and you're maybe not prepared for how like authentic and old-timey this feels.
Yeah.
And if you don't appreciate that vibe, if you're looking for ritzy bougie, that's fine.
That's the house down the street.
That's the house down the street.
Yeah.
So, but that's fine. But you are a man even going to mention the fact that a spider was present in the house. And I was like, oh my gosh, if you ever left a review on a place and complained about a spider, I'm done. I'm done.
That's
off rip. No second chance. We're done.
That's hey, somebody add that to the red flag list. Like, if your man's scared of spiders, and I don't like spiders either. They're nasty. Now, if she called me and said, "Hey, there's a tarantula, will you kill it?" I'd kill it.
Pest control at that point.
I'd hit it with a shoe or something, but I'm not
a tarantula.
I'd hit it with a shoe.
Oh my gosh!
But I'll do black widows with my bare hands, dude.
You do. You're not afraid of spiders. No. So I read this review of Michael's, and when he complained about the spider, everything else went out the window.
Your validation.
You invalidated everything you said.
Yeah.
Okay, where I was going, dang, is there not stuff in the kitchen? Yeah. And is it going to be super cold? We need to bring like blankets.
I'm glad we did, by the way.
Same. That was thanks to Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
And even when we were shopping for groceries, I thought about Michael.
Yeah.
And I said, he said there wasn't much in the kitchen. I don't think I'm going to be able to like cook a meal.
Little did he know that there was 4 Smirnoff Ice sitting in the fridge.
Yes. So I Michael's feedback was helpful, but when I saw that he complained about the spider, I went and had to find other sleeping arrangements at 11 p.m. You're out. You're done.
That's a crazy.
I don't trust you.
Also,
I don't trust you.
You'd rather not just kill. You'd rather like not kill the spider and be like, let's. And also,
Michael's probably
Michael's
kind of bougie, and so when he was like, "There's a spider," we're done. Come on, Rick. We're staying somewhere else tonight.
Yeah, with Rick.
Okay, he was pissed.
Yeah.
And so we laughed about this spider issue.
Can I interject something?
Yeah.
Let's cut Michael a break. And here's my reasoning.
He was already frustrated about the keys. Traffic.
Right? He comes here with his wife, Glenda.
Oh, but Michael's gay.
Nope, not my situation. Because think about this.
My Michael was married to Rick.
Michael is a, he's an American, right? Mm-hmm. They're from the Bay, so they have that against him.
Does he work in tech?
Works in tech. Mm. He doesn't care about spiders. His wife, deathly afraid of spiders. Mm. So when she saw a spider, she talked him into finding another place. And he's like, we don't need to go. She's like, we are getting out of here. So then poor Michael had to spend the money on this place.
And the next one.
And the next place.
Because
of his wife.
Snotty bitch.
Yeah, Michael, you deserve better. I'm sorry for all the stuff we were saying about you earlier, but you deserve better.
I want to talk to Michael. Maybe we'll have Michael on our podcast one day.
That'd be fun. In this place? Yes. Like, where was the spider?
Full circle moment.
Where was the spider?
In the kitchen. He said in the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
So we've laughed about this. He said a rather large spider in the kitchen. So
it was the size of a dog.
What if it was a huntsman or something? And we're like judging him, and it's like, I wouldn't fucking stay here either.
Yes, you would. I'd kill a spider.
If it was a huntsman, I'm out.
How big do huntsmen?
I'm out. A dinner plate, I'm out.
I'd kill that. Yeah.
Yeah, but then we'd bounce.
No, I think there's a rule. There's only ever one huntsman spider.
Moving on, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we laughed about this like spider review left on this place, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, whatever.
Yeah.
And so we had a great evening, like fantastic. Yeah, it
was fun.
The vibes were immaculate. Oh, yeah. I was just like on cloud 9.
Watching some rom-coms for a little bit.
Just, like, lovely.
Ate that pizza, which well, shout out to them. That pizza was fire.
Yeah. And then around midnight, you were like, should we go to bed? And I wasn't really ready to go to bed.
Oh, I was falling asleep.
But I was like, yeah, we can go to bed, whatever. And so we get up there, and immediately I was like, oh, sleeping somewhere without our kids. We're in the middle of the woods. There's multiple entrances, right? We have no weapon to protect. I was literally like, there's a glass bottle there. I've got a pair of scissors in my makeup bag. I was already, when we headed up the stairs, pre-planning. And he walked up the stairs ahead of me, which is also bonkers.
No, I didn't.
Not a gentlemanly thing to do.
No.
I had to kind of like race past you up the stairs of like, don't leave me down here.
You're a liar.
And you went a little faster. I'm like, you did.
No, I didn't. Literally, you called me out at the bottom of the stairs because I was walking ahead of you. And you're like, don't let me go. And I let you go in front of me.
You know why?
You bitch.
Because I knew if I went last, something's grabbing my ankle. And I'm not.
What do you think I was afraid of? That's why I was wanting to put you in the back.
You're the man.
That's so unfair that I have to die first because.
Yeah, you got to kill the spiders. You got to die first. They're getting me next. But like, you don't want to watch me die.
No, that's true.
So.
Yeah.
And so we're heading up, and I already felt off.
Yeah.
I was like, this is wrong. We shouldn't be here. So we're going upstairs, and I already feel off.
Yeah.
Right. This is not home. Our children are not under the same roof, which we have wanted a night away
forever.
For 10 years, a decade. And then we get it. And we're like, I wish the kids were here. Yeah. And so we lay down, and my spidey senses were tingling,
you have
dude.
Spidey senses.
You already laid down. You were, I think, already asleep. You were sleep talking already.
Dude. I elaborate one story about you throwing a vase, and now every story
your head hits the pillow and you're like immediately. So you are already in bed under covers, like lights are off. You're waiting for me to get in bed.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to get in bed.
And I like kind of get in bed, and Spidey.
You had your flashlight on because you were looking. You were like getting ready for bed.
Yes,
and that's where you saw it.
Preparing my pillows, and as I do, and before I lay down, I went there. There's a spider in this bed. And I thought of Michael.
Yeah, Michael.
And I thought that would be the thing.
Yeah.
That'd be my last complaint of the night. And so, like we didn't have complaints, but that was Michael's last complaint.
Yeah, that was his last complaint.
And we were heading to bed, and I was like anxious about it, feeling real scared already.
Yeah.
And then I was getting in bed, and I thought, there's a spider in this bed.
You're right.
And I thought, just look under your pillows. I don't know the last time someone stayed here. There's like cobwebs kind of draping. I like it. It's charming. But and I just thought, like, look through the pillows.
Yeah. That's the biggest oyster shell I've ever seen. That's huge. Sorry.
And so I just did some surveillance.
Yeah. A little reconnaissance.
And I noticed a black smudge.
Mm.
And I went, that's either a feather or a spider.
Yeah. It was not a feather.
And I flashed my light and I said, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You're probably the same family of spiders that chased Michael and his husband Rick out of here.
No, we already been on it.
Mine's Rick, and he was not going to deal with that spider.
Oh, no.
And I just was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Mike wasn't wrong about the spider. There was a spider.
Now this is your time to shine.
Yeah.
How'd you handle that spider?
I went, "Oh, really?" And I sat up, and then I slapped it with my hand, and then picked it up, and then tossed it into the abyss.
And I went, "Damn right."
Yeah.
But I did go. I'm going to leave a review about that.
Yeah.
How hard the keys were to get.
Yeah. I think that's.
And then there was a spider in
not
our
even.
bed.
No, I don't give it. This is
I
a
would
woodsy
never.
house.
Yeah.
But the fix the check-in.
Fix the check-in.
That's crazy.
Enough people have.
Not even that. When we got to pick up the keys, there was another 2 gals over there getting their keys.
Yeah.
And we didn't even say anything. They looked at us and said, "We'll leave it open for you." And they walked away. And I was like, I could have just been asked for directions. Then we opened the box. It is full
of properties and names and keys.
And I was like, dude,
if we wanted to go on an absolute rampage,
you definitely
we could have.
But we didn't because we're good people.
Yeah, and they could sense that. They could sense our energy.
We had good energy. Even though energy. My steam was dropping at that point.
I know, and I was just like, oh.
But you handled that really well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to just be calm seas.
Yeah. That one.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
That one.
That's crazy.
I don't know if damp is the right word, but that one felt damp.
No, that one sounded foamy.
Oh, maybe.
It sounded foamy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we're.
But it's been great.
Just chilling. It's been nice. And then today, we had to go charge our car, which that fucking sucked. But it turned out because we went.
Why did that fucking suck? Why do you have to throw in? You're so like.
Because we could have just been here hanging out or gone to the.
No, but don't be so crotchety.
I'm not,
you could have just said.
Don't call me crotchety.
But you could. You are crotchety. You could have said, today, we drove an hour up the beautiful coast of Highway 1.
That's not how my brain works.
And we went to a great little restaurant.
It was a cute little restaurant.
We saw the coolest tile shop. And instead you said, today we had to charge our car. That fucking sucked.
Yeah, but then I said, but it got better because.
But you don't lead with that.
I'm one of these guys.
You need to be a skies are blue kind of person.
Skies are blue.
You need to match my energy, bro. Because I'm like, we get to drive up the highway.
I know, but we're different people.
Along the coast, eat some food where hopefully they have some good ranch.
They did have pretty solid ranch.
And I wasn't disappointed. I was honestly.
You know what place had really good ranch? Was that pub we went to yesterday?
Oh, I didn't like their ranch.
The mustard, though.
The mustard, yeah. The ranch.
Shout out to this pub in.
They made that ranch with Miracle Whip.
San Rafael?
San Rafael, yeah.
San Rafael. Little pub downtown.
Irish pub.
Fantastic. Delicious food. I threw the hand out.
Dang.
I'm going to give it 2 books. Dang. It was good. Yeah, it was really good.
Good. And the ambiance?
Oh, it was perfect. Like a legit Irish pub.
Oh, yeah. And then that started the trip off right. I was like.
Parking was a little annoying.
Oh, you lost your mind about that, but I expected it.
I was frustrated.
But you're, again, just so bothered. For me, I'm like, yep, we're in a city. We're going to have to park somewhere. Oh, look, parking spot, park. It was 75 cents an hour. Doop, swipe the card. Beautiful. That's done. Let's go enjoy a lunch. And no. You go through 7 hoops.
That's how I look so young.
You're going to have a heart attack someday. You're so angry.
I think I don't accept that because I think everyone's barometer for anger is different. I look at things that are more realistic. I'm a little bit more realistic in things. When I go, something's annoying.
Realistic, because I'm realistic.
No, you're not.
Yeah, because I go, yeah, we're in a downtown city. Yeah, we have to pay for parking.
Yeah,
you have to loop around one block.
No, and all I said was I hate the city because of you got to pay to park. That's annoying.
I know, but then you
on the roads
about it for
on the roads that my tax dollars pay, I gotta pay to park on the road. That's bullshit, dude.
You are such a middle-aged dad.
I know, dude. I'm getting so old.
You're such a middle-aged dad. You're it's just like what?
What's in?
No. You're like that mom on The White Lotus right now. Flipping out. You had to take a Zen break that bad? We got 15 more minutes. You couldn't just wait?
Okay. All right.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Jeez.
Happy to be here.
Took a lunch break in the middle of a pot? That's so unprofessional. That's wild.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet here.
It's lovely, but I will say I would rather our children be here with us. When we got here yesterday, 100%. I would say for the first 2 hours.
Yeah, it was nice. It was so quiet.
We were frolicking on the deck. We were in the spa.
Yeah.
We were playing good music. We were by the fire. We were just vibing out.
Vibing out big time.
And then it reached a point where I was like, you know what? This is amazing. You know what would make it even better?
Our babies.
Our children.
Yeah, our babies being here would be nice.
100%. And I just feel like children amplify everything. Who's that? Is that our babies?
They're at home.
They arrived home.
Nice. We didn't lose anyone.
Because you were so
I was stressed.
That, dude.
Well, because my stepmom took my kids to my grandparents' house for a barbecue because my mom was in town.
Yeah.
And there's a pool and our youngest is just in a pond and our youngest is just he's slippery. He's like, you can't. They're like, where'd he go? And he's just in the backyard in a tent. And you're like,
and he hides quietly. Oh, he loves the game.
He loves the game.
He loves hide and seek, and that's another terrifying thing.
You could be yelling, Maximus.
No, he's like, I am winning this game, dude.
He's not gonna find me. I'm not gonna fall for that one.
Such a good spot, and when you find him, he's giggling. He's like, I got you.
Yeah, he loves it.
He doesn't understand that that was terrifying.
Yeah, I had a mini heart attack.
Yeah,
I thought my son was gone.
Yeah, but they were so sweet. We got pictures probably every 15 minutes, all day long.
We're still getting them,
and they're home now.
Yep.
And I feel like you'll be able to relax a little bit now because they're home. They're going to eat dinner, take baths, go to bed pretty much, right? Probably DoorDash ice cream again because she's an angel.
Yeah.
And then when they wake up tomorrow, they're going to be doing what they do in the morning. Okay. We've reached a limit.
You started it.
No, we've reached a limit and we're already on burp fetish talk.
Let's
drop. Yeah.
Wait, why? How do you know that?
Because I posted a clip of me burping on our last podcast and it has so many saves. Who's saving a burp video? We know exactly who.
For real?
Yeah, and then an Asian account just commented a bottle emoji, bottle that shit up. Yeah, and then someone requested that I fart. So we've ended up on
you do not want that.
I could make a killing, dude, because I'm pretty.
Yeah.
But I fart and I burp.
You do burp. You have impressive burps. They really are.
What would it take
for you to fart on camera for strangers?
How much would you what's your price? How much would you let a man pay me to send him a fart? And
okay, hold on. Are we talking?
I'm gonna logistics.
No, but I'm giving you the logistics.
Let's discuss.
Okay, so if it's someone writes you, dear, hey, can we talk podcast?
Yes.
I would really like a fart from Emmy in a mason jar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
That's.
What's your price?
It's gonna have to be probably $500.
Oh, I was gonna say 50.
No, $500.
$500.
Yeah, you're not getting my wife's ass air.
Okay, what about an audio text in real time?
Just a recording of a fart?
Yeah.
Dude, that would be so crazy. No, because my only... No.
Just this. and then send, and then a number hits the bank account. What's the number?
That one would be like, it'd have to be like probably like 150 a fart.
Oh, I was gonna say $1,000.
Why would you would rather fart into a jar than mail it for cheaper?
But I would charge $50 for the mason jar fart.
That's crazy.
You want an audio live. You text me and go, hey, I want your.
But here's my problem: is that you're getting dick pics.
Sweetie,
you're getting. Dick
I want
pics.
your next fart.
You're getting dick pics for real.
Why?
If you're texting them your fart, you'd have to like email it to them or something.
Oh,
but even then, you're getting dick pics in an email.
You could manage that account.
Oh God!
But that could be my bio account managed by my husband.
Yeah.
I think we could really make
if somebody wants to pay $500 for a fart.
I do be burping.
You do be burping. Burps could be less. They'd be like $50-$100 for a burp.
And you know the other thing that is like interesting to me when it comes to burps and farts.
Yeah.
Because it's a fetish of people's makes me think like it's uncommon. Like that's a crazy thing people do.
I bet you
where I'm like,
there's people probably into that. For real.
No, I know. But the thought that like spouses wouldn't burp and fart in front of each other, I'm like, why is that like weird? But it is weird for some couples.
But I think some people, they view it as a lack of intimacy, which I understand a little bit. For me, it doesn't bother me because like.
Yeah, it does. You hate when I burp.
Well, it's more fun now to just like be mildly upset because you're burping.
Yeah.
It's so gross.
Yeah.
But your farts, I always thought your farts are funny.
Oh yeah, we laugh about our family loves a good fart.
But I just think that like it does take away the intimacy.
Does
for
it?
some people.
Does
it doesn't take it from me. Like I don't ever see you burp and be like, oh, gosh, I cannot believe I married
here's what I would hope. Okay, the men who are like, I don't want my girl burping or farting.
Yeah.
In front of me.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Everybody has their like, nah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
He better also not be burping or farting. Don't just rip him. And then when she does it, you're like, that's disgusting. No, if it's off limits, it's off limits.
I know. I disagree. I think farting and burping is a more masculine thing. It's kind of what men do.
Oh,
you
want
a man's man?
Yeah.
Or would you rather a guy that's like, I'm going to step out real fast. Go outside and you hear it.
But then what does she do?
You see him bent over out there like.
So she burps into like napkins?
Yeah. Not everyone has to do what you do and go, oh, just out loud.
I enjoy the push.
I know.
I want it out.
Yeah, better out than in.
That's because I don't want to be bloated.
Yeah.
Have you seen me?
I've seen you.
If I don't burp.
Oh.
I'd be even bigger than I am now.
Wow. I don't think I'm big.
I got a glimpse of myself in that spa video.
Yeah,
and I didn't know I looked like that.
I also got a glimpse of
myself. I didn't know I had a mom bod like that.
And just for clarification, the spa video was literally, we were just us sitting in the
just getting in the spa, drinking coffee.
That's all it was.
But what I thought was like, this will be, I will capture such a just sweet romantic moment that we'll want to like cherish forever.
We both saw the video and wanted to die.
That could have almost ruined my whole trip. Because I was like, I'm not getting in the spa. I'm not undressing in front of him ever again.
I feel right now, I feel like a porpoise. I feel very large.
You're not.
See, but that's the thing. You also think you are, and I don't think you are. Your self-image, though.
Oh, yeah, self-image. Like, body image is interesting.
Body image is interesting because I see myself, and I'm like, you're a disgusting pig person.
No, you're so hot.
Built like a fucking square.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No. You to me, if dad bod could be on a poster...
But I don't want that.
No, but you have like cool, like
you can't
hot dad bod. I'm not talking about dad.
It.
I'm not talking. Listen,
I know what you're saying.
I'm not talking cargo shorts wearing dad bod. These are different dad bods.
The fact they still make those.
I'm not talking that.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking like scrawny.
But I wish I was scrawny. Like, I wish I was small. I wish I was thin.
No, I need a thick man. I need someone thick. And that if there was a poster for like manliest,
here's the thing.
Manliest, coolest,
how much
weight, dad of them all.
How much weight would I have to gain for you to be like, that's too much? How much weight?
I would never say that's too much.
Shame on you.
I wouldn't.
If I gained 100 pounds.
But you wouldn't.
Okay, but if I gained 100 pounds and I was looking like shit,
that far. I would not let it go that far.
I would hope that you'd be like, "Hey, fat fuck!
Oh my gosh,
do something."
Absolutely not. I would never say that to you. First of all, no, and no spouse should talk to anybody. That's terrible. That's horrible. No one should be talking to each other like that.
I wouldn't mind if you said it to me. If I gained 100 pounds,
really,
and you were like, "Hey, fatty, you got to do something about that gut." Like,
no, that's different than what you just said a minute ago.
Yeah,
nobody
true.
deserves that.
That was my internal
That was
dialogue.
crazy.
Yeah,
that was just how you're speaking to yourself, isn't it?
It was,
babe. See, I don't hate myself. It's not that. I'm like, you know what? I've had 4 children.
Yeah, I haven't.
I'm in my late 30s.
I haven't. So what's my excuse?
My thing is like, it is what it is. I would love to be in better shape, but I also just want to enjoy whatever this is right now. With the goal in mind of like, I do want to be in better shape.
Now, when we get back home, we are going to start.
We got to start something.
Something.
I know.
Something.
We got to be starting something. Got to be starting something. Stuck in the middle, yeah. Hard to get over, yeah. Hard to get under, yeah. And the road is thunder, yeah. All right. That was great.
That was good, dude. That's a good song.
Ooh, let's listen to Michael Jackson one more time. Yeah. Let's just do a little bit of my... No?
Drooling, dude.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, it was. I saw it fly out of your mouth.
Maybe we should wrap this up.
No, we're chilling. Okay. Yeah, but it's been
good. I feel ready to be back with our kids.
I also do. And then we have lots to do at home. We have lots of stuff to do.
Yeah.
So it's...
I think that's why I really want to like enjoy the night.
Yeah.
Without already thinking about what time we're leaving, what time we'll get home, because we've been on a constant countdown.
Yeah.
When we get home, we're going to be hurled right back into reality. Yeah. It's very easy for us to sit here right now and go like, I wish the kids were here. But had we brought them in the first place, it would have been me and you like disassociating.
Yeah.
And just doing chaos in a different home.
Yeah. Which is always worse.
Right. Yeah. It's easy for us to sit here and miss them, and we need to miss them. I think this is going to be so good for us, and I think we need to do it more than every other decade.
Yeah, decades.
Like we need way more me and you like long-term time, not just a date night. Date night is like, yeah, it's a couple hours, but you know you're going right back.
Yeah.
This did feel different, and I think we need it more often, once a year. Yeah, like that would have been way better than we've waited 10 years to do this. Yeah. And we have a village of people, don't get me wrong, but on a day-to-day, we really don't.
Yeah, I know.
For whatever reason, right? Family has moved away. Our siblings have children. Like, it really is the bulk of the time, it's me and you.
Yeah.
Day after day after day. And it's been that way for a long time.
Yeah.
And so we've reached this, like, we've peaked at our level of burnout.
Yeah.
And so this feels really nice, and I know tomorrow we'll be back in it and we'll feel refreshed and like appreciate being around them and consumed by them. But I do want to like enjoy the rest of the night.
Yeah.
And I think we'll sleep better too.
Yeah. You also said you want to sleep till 4. And I was like,
I just want to ride it out.
No, you just don't want to go to bed because you're scared.
Yeah, because I feel like at 4 the sun's already kind of rising and then it's safe to sleep.
Yeah, but then no.
But no, we won't obviously do that. We're going to have another frozen pizza tonight.
Jam some
good music on.
We're going to look into stained glass a little bit. Because I'm going to make one of these pendants.
You want to start a new hobby. Yeah, this pendant has really inspired you.
It really inspired me.
And I think that's been something about this weekend, this trip. I feel very inspired. I feel very like creative.
I want to live in a house like this. So
no, it's just little things, little romantic things like that. Of like that. Why did we ever stop hanging lights like that in our house?
Yeah, it's very strange.
You know, and to where I could just see the kids being in this space and enjoying this space.
Yeah.
Which makes me miss them.
Yeah. And it's also like today, like we went to a cool like pottery shop. Would they be called a pottery shop?
Like a tile, like an artist.
This guy
just this random
roadside artist guy here, and he just makes these little tiles. And we just got a tile.
Yeah, but it was like his whole gallery. You can see the whole like workshop.
And
then he has these tiles on display and just stuff like that where I'm like, this was cool, but it would be so much cooler with the kids. But again, I say that, But what it would have been was like, don't touch that. No, we're not getting no. That one's $100. No, pick one of these. And then taking 20 minutes to pick, right?
Yeah.
It's like, it's like reality versus in our minds what we think it would be are very different.
Yeah.
And that's just like kind of the reality of.
Yeah, there's some stuff that it's like better to do just us.
Yeah.
And then other things where it's like this place would be cool to have the kids because they would enjoy it.
Yeah.
But like the tile place would have been a nightmare with kids.
But I think this also has the potential to be a nightmare with the kids. Because again, we're romanticizing the idea of them being here.
Yeah.
But we're picturing them doing things that in reality they probably, like you said, it would be Max hanging over the banister.
Yeah.
The boys stomping too loud.
Yeah.
Liv wouldn't be doing anything wrong because she's perfect.
Yeah.
She'd be sitting here vibing with us. Yeah. It wouldn't be like what we think it would be like.
No.
It'd be them wanting to go outside. Some of them wanting to be in the hot tub. Max sneaking around the corner. Now he's down in the woods. Like, it would be chaos.
Yeah.
It would be chaos in a new place. Would be the reality.
Yeah.
And I think it's very sweet that we both miss them. But I think the reality is well,
there's a reason that you can't even bring someone under 12
yeah
here.
And like you said, we are used to chaos. Like our life is and very
it feels
chaotic.
When you're used to that kind of chaos, going somewhere
it feels odd,
quiet. Dude, my anxiety's been through the roof today. Like, I've just
service, and so on that whole hour and 20-minute drive, there was no music.
Yeah.
And then there was that brown noise from the road,
like a vacuum of space,
and it was an odd calmness. It wasn't a calmness that felt good.
No, because we're not used to it. We're
it was
used to
like
a
calmness
house
that was lacking something.
Yeah.
Of like, it wasn't a peaceful calm. It was like, this is odd.
Yeah, foreign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is so interesting because
our life is
away so bad. It's like the thought of this weekend for me has been like,
oh yeah,
I cannot wait.
Yeah, same.
And then the night before, I was like, why are we going without them? Like, immediately, I was like, what? And so I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what is the middle ground. Just that we need more often, like, extended time with just me and you.
Yeah, but I think even
I think we also need to just lean into the phase of life we're in a little bit more.
But I think our date nights are 2 hours.
Yeah.
So like, instead of that being like, okay, we're gonna go out to
for the day,
wherever for the day, we'll be back
but
tonight.
Then things are so expensive too. So I'm like, there's a lot of pressure.
More expensive than what we're doing now.
I know, but this is expensive. I don't want to act like this was no big deal.
And also, I just want to be very clear. This was paid for by our honeymoon fund that we've had.
Nobody needs to know that.
No, I'm just saying that, like, because I don't want it to come off as like,
this is cheap.
Yeah, like whatever. Like, it was expensive, and we've been saving literally our honeymoon fund for the past 10 years.
Yeah,
has been accumulating.
No, yeah, I know. I'm not saying that. I think there is a lot of pressure on our generation of parents to, like, you have to prioritize yourself. How many times have we been given that advice from older people? Yeah. You have to be going on regular trips. Yeah. Are you babysitting my kids?
What's the thing where it's like 2 date nights in a getaway once a month?
It's a date night a week and an overnight trip a month.
That's crazy. I don't want to be away from them that long.
That's great advice. Cool. Who's watching the children? And we've gotten that advice a lot from people who are like, you have to prioritize each other. How do you suggest that we're doing that?
Dude, I cannot wait to hit our kids with that someday.
What?
Date night once a week, overnight once a month. Yeah. And then I hope they go, who's going to watch my kids? And I go,
they won't have to ask us that. True. I can't wait to be a grandparent.
I can wait. I don't want to be that old yet.
No, I don't want to be that old, but I'm saying our kids will not have to ask us that. It will go without saying.
But what happens if our kids all move somewhere else?
Well, that's out of our control.
Do we just move to the one we like the most?
No.
We just move to a central spot.
We move to a central spot.
What if it's like Arkansas?
Or we stay where we're at. If they choose to move, I would never make our kids feel bad for wanting to move away. No. I won't move away from them.
No.
But I'm saying perfect scenario. They're all raising families locally to us.
A block from us.
It will go without saying.
Yeah.
If you need an overnight somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, considering the fact that we have 4 kids and I'm hoping they'll all have kids, ideally we would host a once a month where we host all the grandbabies And we do it for the week, 1 weekend a month.
Yeah.
This is the weekend we'll host the grandbabies so that our kids can make regular plans. They don't have to do stuff together, the kids, but
dude, that'd be crazy. Can you imagine they all have 4 kids?
Versus what if Olivia needs us a weekend and then the next weekend Calvin's like, hey, can you watch the kids? And then Henry is like, hey, can you watch the kids? If all of
our kids have 4 kids, that we'd have 16 children in our house?
I hope so. That is all I've ever wanted. That is all I have ever wanted is like, what do you want to be when you're older? A mom. And people like, that's not a job.
I've always wanted to be a dad.
And I'm like, oh, I'll pick a job, but like, I want to be a mom. How am I going to have a job if I'm a mom? Like, that is the thing I want to do. Yeah. And then I only had one sibling and we didn't get along for a lot of our life.
In the younger years.
As adults, we're very close. But growing up, I had one sibling. And so I was like, if she was mad at me, I'm an only child at this point.
But you're not like my younger sister. We were always close, but we always butted heads. But I was always kind of like after my mom and dad split, I was kind of the overseer. But like me and my brother didn't get along at all.
Yeah. That's true.
At all.
But I think because
then now we're buddies. Yeah. But like back in the day, like when I was up until I got married, me and him
didn't get along.
Where we were just different.
But our kids are very close already. I'm saying because I only had one sibling, I always knew I wanted more kids than that. I knew I wanted a big family. Christmas morning with a lot of kids is fantastic.
Oh, it's the best.
And so I hope they all have big families. And our kids talk about wanting families.
It is nice too that like, I mean, maybe it's the age isn't there yet. We'll wait till like Liv's, older. Maybe it's the boys because Liv's so much older. Although Liv's 4 years older than Calvin.
Yeah.
That's me and Zach.
Yeah.
Same. I'd be curious to see. It's boy girl, so it's different. But like,
I think our kids.
I don't know if me and my siblings. I mean, obviously, upbringing very different. But I feel like me and my sister were close, but I feel like we weren't all like tight knit.
Yeah.
As we are now. Like as adults, we're all very like, especially after my dad passing, like we're all very close now.
Yeah.
To where,
but I think that's on us.
I know, but like our kids already, I feel like just from my my perspective of my childhood.
Yeah.
My sister, my brother might think differently. I feel like my kids and even my brother's kids and like my sister's kids, like they're all so much closer to each other than I felt I ever was with my siblings growing up.
Yeah.
Until now. Until like as an adult.
Yeah.
But
I think our kids will remain close, and I think that's also up to us.
Yeah.
Like right now, our kids are close. They all love each other. Like they all
fight. Like,
but that's so healthy. That's it. They have healthy. We have a healthy family dynamic.
Hank, I don't know about Hank. His anger is not.
We got to work on it. Yeah, but he's always been spicy, dude.
He's me.
He's always been spicy.
My 33-year-old anger in a
and I'm stubborn. I mean, he's got the spice.
Yeah, he's got spice for sure.
He's the Tommy Shelby of the kids for sure.
Oh, yeah, dude.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I'm saying our children are very close.
Oh yeah.
And so as they get older, I think it's just our duty as parents to ensure that remains, of like us hosting them. If they have a falling out, like encouraging that, like, no, call your brother.
You got to be my mom.
Yeah, we have to be the peacekeepers. Like we are the hub. And I think as our kids get older and then if they start having their own families, we have to be the glue that brings them back if we want them to stay close as adults.
No, yeah, I agree.
Because there is potential for that.
Yeah.
And to keep that. Because our families, like since you and I have met, our family dynamics have changed a lot really quickly.
Yeah.
Like we're a very spread out family now, and then we lost your dad, and so we don't have a family unit local.
No.
Like,
I mean,
I really want
like
that.
my grandparents and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm saying for our kid, like, and I'm not. It is what it is. That's how things have played out.
Yeah.
Like our parents have moved away, and I just when we have generations, right? When our kids have kids. I really hope it's all like central to where we spend a lot of time. And that's also, an exciting chapter to me that we're also the grandparents.
How we were raised though.
Yeah.
Like you were very close. Yeah, like your family, your cousins, all growing up. I was every Sunday at my Papa Nani's.
Yeah.
All my family comes. I see all my other 4 cousins. I see my aunts, uncles.
Yeah, and I want to bring that back.
Great grandmas, like see everyone. So like I really do want.
I want
it was
that
a nice. To be around family. And I think it's also like we have our friends, we have stuff like that, and that they're super important and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think just since losing my dad, it's like I want to be close to my family, my brothers, my sisters.
Yep.
I want to be
with our kids,
my mom.
Yeah.
And it's what I know, like this is what my dad would like.
Yeah.
Everyone to be close because there's been years where like, I didn't talk to my brother for like a long time, or I didn't talk to my dad for a year.
Yeah.
My mom, me and her go up and down, like, and it's never permanent.
I think it's normal family stuff, though.
It's normal family stuff, but like in my current state, our current state as a family, like if I can have my family be close to my brother, my sister, my mom, and have that, we all have kids, and all of our kids are close.
Yeah.
That's so important to me. It's like the family aspect of it. Because I think for a lot of years we were very like,
we're all very separate.
We were very separate, but it's also like, I don't need anybody else. I just got we got it. Like,
because we were in like the new
so like we were
newly parents. That should, your priority should shift. Your focus should shift.
Yeah. So like now it's like,
I'm just saying that it's how this all is going to like continue. If you look at us as the top.
Yeah.
The fact that we have kids and hopefully they have kids.
Yeah.
And then hopefully those kids have kids, and just like to see what we're creating is so cool.
Oh, it's so cool.
And to envision down the road what that could look like.
Like to be great grandparents and just be like 80 and like meet your kids.
Yeah.
Kids.
I know.
That's wild. I was lucky enough. I met a lot of my great grandmas.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people.
I don't have any grandparents.
Oh, you don't?
Mm-mm.
That's sad. Yeah, you do. My family.
Yeah, I have your family. Yeah.
But like I like growing up, like.
Well, no, I do. I have my like step grandparents, but I haven't talked to them. Like, it's weird. Growing up is weird.
It's very strange.
As a little kid, I was with my grandparents a lot. Yeah. Like they were.
You can call them.
One of the main people in my life.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Call them and say what?
Just hi. I'm sure Bub would love that.
Who?
Bud.
Oh. You said Bob, and I was like, that's not his name.
My grandpa. No, yeah, but I think like,
and I want to be like grandparents that, but it might happen with us too. When our kids have babies, we might be really close to them, and one day they just don't call us.
I've always called my nanny.
That's true.
I'm very close to my nanny.
That's true. So it's just about, it's up to us.
It's up to us
and our effort. And wow. Okay.
Just the future is an exciting place. It is exciting. It's scary because it's new. But every like thing, every day that goes by, every month that goes by, you're in a new version of yourself. And so like the idea of going like, okay, and like our oldest will be 18 in a few years.
I know, we have so many phases to go through.
So like we have so many phases still as parents.
Yeah.
To where it's like it is exciting to be like, our first kid, going to college or moving out or not moving out and staying with us or becoming like an adult woman. It is a crazy, like, it's exciting, but at the same time, it is horrendously terrifying.
It's daunting.
Yeah, daunting for sure.
But yeah, also exciting of like how many phases of parenthood we have.
Oh yeah, because the baby, most of our kids are under. And all of them except for one are under 10.
Yeah.
So like we have so long.
Yeah, and that's like I feel like this trip for me and you has been like a milestone.
Yeah.
Like, and it is. It's like to celebrate 10 years married, but that's a big one.
Yeah.
And a lot has happened in 10 years. But I also like, to me, it feels like celebratory of like 10 years and so much more. And like, how cool is that?
But I think people say like, what is it, like 10 year?
The 7-year itch. We're past that. Is that what you're talking about?
I think it's like most couples don't hit 10 years.
Oh.
Like they get divorced before the 10-year mark.
Like I can see that, especially if you're having kids. I wish more people understood the other side of it, though.
Yeah.
Because when you're in the thick of it, it feels impossible. But then it's like, I wish people could have a glimpse of like, hang in there.
It's such a...
Hang in there, because look what's on the other side of it.
Yeah, like I think that people, coming from me and my wife.
Yeah.
Dude, people, especially if you're newly married, like if you've been married like a couple years, dude, you're going to go through the thick of it. You just will. And people, my parents never told me that.
No, people, I know. I did not feel prepared.
Parents and husbands and wives don't tell you, like, you will get to a point where you go, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm over this.
And we were madly in love.
Oh, yeah.
Like, madly. And yeah, you're right.
Most people.
And I wouldn't have wanted anyone to warn me. In all fairness, if someone was like, yeah, you're going to go through I would be like, no, okay, but not
like that. I wish someone would have told me, like, from a place of love of, like, marriage is the best.
Times. Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah.
You will get to points where you are questioning everything you believe, everything you think is right.
Yeah.
It is so temporary. Like,
those seasons
are so temporary. Yeah. Those rough patches are so temporary. Mm-hmm. And obviously, this goes without saying, but if there's serious stuff going on, that's different. I'm talking about normal marriage stuff where you're like, we're fighting all the time. Oh, it's been 3 months and we fight every single day.
Especially if you're having babies.
Yeah, and you're having kids.
Yeah.
And, like, that was another one.
So
guys,
hard.
Well, I feel like our podcast at the end, we just fucking throw so much information of, like, also, think about this.
Yeah, we've kind of
no, but I just want to say this, guys. This is to all my gentlemen, all 8 of you that watch. This is a predominantly female podcast, and that's okay.
Okay, what's your advice?
If your wife has had a baby in the past year and you're fighting all the time, just help her out, dude. Like, it's postpartum. Like, it is. Just postpartum is so brutal. Like, guys, like, we go through our own little, like, shifts as becoming new dads, and they're hard, and you should talk to your wife about them, and they're challenging, and it can feel, daunting. But your wife, it'll be like, yours was like 2 years of postpartum.
Well, and the more kids you have, the worse it
so, like,
on
the last, I think it was on Henry is when we had the worst.
No, it was
Max.
I thought it was the worst with Henry, but then with Max,
so with our youngest, like, it was like 2 years of, like.
Well, yeah, because I didn't really start feeling it until like 6 to 8 months.
Yeah,
and that was a surprise to me.
Yeah, but then we also, like, once you started taking, like, all, like, those like supplements, you start taking those, it got better, and that's not me pushing the blame on you of, like, you're the reason we're fighting. It's but it's normal life stuff that you
to
opt
out at that point and go, like, we're miserable together.
Yeah.
Were we miserable? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But it wasn't like us.
No.
It was just a really rough patch, and to get through that and to be this far in, I'm like, dude, this is a big freaking deal.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of us.
Me too.
And the fact that we're here right now is, like, crazy, and the fact that we miss our kids and would rather them be with us, I think just speaks volumes on, like, how hard we've worked to get to this point in our life. And I'm like, not easy. Dude, and we're here, and it's just, like, magical. And it's been freaking amazing. Even, like, with the key debacle, all of the spider, it just adds to that trip. And I'm like, dude,
memories.
It's a core memory.
Yeah.
Like, this is such a core memory, and it's a different way to look at it than just, like, oh, we booked a hotel for the weekend and we went, like, to see it for what it is.
Yeah.
Like, this is a huge deal.
Yeah.
And we're so blessed.
Yeah.
And I'm also just so excited to get back to our life.
Yeah, me too.
Because I just feel so thankful.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to get back to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna
and soak them in. And I do feel like I'm going to be more patient with them.
I'm going to try.
Because I don't feel so burnt out. And that's what I think. We need to not wait this long to reach the level of burnout we both have been. Is very unhealthy.
Yeah.
It's affected them. It's affected us. Like, because we've just been in survival mode every day.
Yeah.
And which is really unfair to them because they're just kids. Like, Liv is old enough to understand, but the boys really aren't, and so to them, they just think that we're unhappy because of them. Like, I think they are internalizing.
I don't think they think we're unhappy.
I think that they're internalizing. They're going like, I really do. I think so. I spent a lot of time with them. Trust me on this one. I think they recognize that we're burnt out and stressed, and they're blaming it on themselves. Our children are pretty aware of that, I think. And so what I'm saying is, I don't think we should wait this long to do something like this again, even if it's one night away.
I think one night
to avoid that level of burnout. I think this has been perfect.
No, I think this is good too. But
I like the amount of time this has been. 100%.
I just miss him.
I miss him too, but then I just channel that into gratitude of like, I miss them, but like, how cool that that's what we created.
Yeah.
And that's what we get to go home to.
Yeah.
I'm like just so thankful. It just like it kind of reframes how I feel about the chaos that is waiting for us because we're going to be hurled right back into it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It really is. Yeah. This has given a new appreciation for that because even though we're having a great time, we both keep feeling like we'd rather them be here.
Yeah.
And so it just like I feel like I do have a new outlook on life with them a little bit right now of like,
makes sense.
I'm excited. I'm ready to be back and I'm ready to like kind of shift my focus with them a little bit of like being more patient and all of that.
Yeah. I'm excited to go home.
Okay. We have
not like that. I'm saying I'm backing up what you said.
Okay, let's
well, we are going to
It's 5:45. Let's cook another frozen pizza.
Well, you want to wait till later to do that?
Okay, let's eat those chips.
Eat the chips. We love you guys and I'm gonna this is my new sign off. I'm gonna say it every time.
Okay.
All right. So just let me just say my sign off.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm nervous. All right, so it's gonna go like this.
Okay.
All right, we love you guys. Do me a favor, turn the lights down low. Yes. Put some music on.
Yes.
And just vibe out. With your spouse, with your kids.
Vibe
just
out.
Vibe out, chill.
Make a moment.
Make a moment.
Literally turn the big lights off, light a candle, get a lamp.
Okay.
Turn on a sexy playlist. Literally, it's
fuck
on
the big
Spotify.
Lights, dude.
Fuck the big lights.
Dude, we need to make a t-shirt. Fuck the big lights.
Yeah.
Fuck the big lights.
Fuck the big lights. Small lights.
Small lights. Dim.
Fireplace.
Dude, fireplace on YouTube is fantastic.
A jazz evening playlist, French evening playlist.
Well, you've already shared the one. Go to the Soj. She already shared it.
Yeah.
Dude, it's the greatest romantic vibe. Set the mood in your house and enjoy the rest of your day and your evening.
I love that. We're going to do that every time. Yep. And just like enjoy life.
Enjoy life. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
We love you guys.
We love you.
Thank you for watching.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.